Yesterday morning, started my car and to drop my daughter off to school, and transmission issues occurred. It would not shift up to the gears, and on the way back I had some warning lights on the right hand side. These ABS ESP and another one on this side, this traction control one. So there you go, coming up, engine is running. Now obviously there is an issue, some kind on the system, and it's throwing transmission into limp mode. So we're gonna test it and see what is it about. I'm using this little handheld diagnostic tool, OBD. The plug is underneath the driver's side. Right, let me see if I can put the light on. See it on the camera. There it is. That's where the plug is. The other way around. Right, that's plugged in. Need to put ignition on. We can do scan. The cable is quite stiff, so it's trying to force it over. Right, so go down to Chrysler, diagnose. It's automatic. ABS anti-brake controller. Let's check that. No, that. Read trouble codes. It says C1035 rear right wheel speed comparative performance. Right, so that indicates that there's an issue with ABS speed sensor on rear right wheel. So I'm not gonna clear it. Go to data stream. So rear right wheel speed, we're gonna check that. We can check one other. We can say left front wheel speed. I'll just check 3 of them, and I'll check vehicle speed. Okay. If I go back now, as you can see, I think I'll turn the light off. Right, that's on there. I'm gonna try to secure this now with a camera, so I can actually do a bit of safe driving whilst I could do this. Safe driving whilst I'm recording these bits. So we got rear right wheel speed, that's the one that indicated that there's something wrong with it. left front, rear left, and overall vehicle speed. I didn't choose any more because I can only see 4 lines on the display. So let's do a test drive. You can hear by the engine it's not shifting. It's not shifting the gear. Right, now back. As you could see, the rear right speed, wheel speed was 0, whilst all others have been reading some sort of data corresponding together with the vehicle speed. So it's definitely something to do with that wheel sensor. It's either been got unplugged or it just broke. Let's have a look. It can be seen from behind the car. Here is the plug that plugs there, and the cable comes in into the wheel, and it's there right in the center. When the cable looks all okay, it all looks all there, so I would say it's broken. Need to buy a new. Right, a little update. Forgot to mention earlier. The reason why transmission is going into limp mode because of this sensor is because ECU is getting details or information from each wheel about the speed of the wheels, and if that speed of the wheels is uniformed and during a turning with other sensors is showing a slight difference between them, then ECU knows that car is performing well and it's not sliding on the road or anything like that. So when this sensor failed, what happened is ECU could read that 3 wheels having a consistent speed, and the 4th wheel, in this case rear right, had a speed of 0, which meant that either there's a fault on the system or that wheel is locked up. So to prevent any further damage or accidents, ECU puts transmission into the limp mode, which means you can drive it gently in the first gear, and that's about it. It doesn't allow you to drive with normal speeds around, purely because it knows that there's a fault either with the sensors or system, or literally the wheel is locked up. So that's the reason why transmission goes into limp mode. So 15 pounds later, after visiting internet, I got a new sensor arrived. Here it is. So in a minute I'm going to start changing that sensor, the rear right hand side. So this is the sensor side. It's been held with 1 bolt through that hole there, with some clips clipping around the suspension, and this is the plug bit. Stay tuned for more. Right, what we're going to need is jack, axle stand, the old socket set. We'll need size 10 socket to remove the bolt, and long nose pliers. Also for the wheel wheel locking nut removal takes a new brace. You can perform change of the or swap of the sensor without jacking the car up and taking the wheel off, but it makes life much easier if you do so. And here we are. As we said, easiest way to access is to remove the wheel. That's where the sensor is, sensor cable, and that's where the other connector is there. So you can always compare new sensor roughly to what it looks like. It looks pretty much the same, slight little minor differences. It's got these clipping points there and there, all three of them. So let's get on. To open up this connector here, you've got the wire, long nose pliers. You can pull the wire outwards. There you go. And then little jiggle, and both connectors will come together. They do look like one. In fact, there are two connectors that you can then separate as such. Okay. Then need to unclip cable from all these points, and we will route the new sensor cable exactly the same way and clip it back on. Now to remove the sensor is right there. You need a 10mm socket or medium extension. Don't need much force. These little bolts are not usually they're never seized up because they're only there to retain sensor in place. Once the bolt is out, usually a little jiggle, long nose pliers will get this sensor out. So there you go. That is one sensor extracted. Alright, let's compare it to new one. Here's a new sensor. It's the same size. These fixing points, they're same size, in same positions, and the plug is same. So first of all, we can plug this end in. Like that, line up the hole. Can you see that? Right there. That's better. Same bolt back on. Right, I'll tighten that up in a minute. don't over tighten it because you don't want to strip the bolt. As I said, it's only retaining. Now you need to clip the cable over the carrier across the suspension. That's it. You need to now lock it in with the left hand side one. We do it from this side, because these two connectors, they need to clip in as one. It's a bit hard to do it with one hand. There you go, like that. Little click. There we go. One old one, one new one. Old one for left hand side, new one for right hand side. Push it firmly in, and then we got our retaining wire clip. Goes back in there. Push it all the way in. There you go. Right, all clipped on, routed safely along the suspension and fixed there, bolt back in. We're ready to test it. You need to put the wheel back on, drop it off from the axle stand and perform a test. Now let's do the test again after we change the sensor. So let's plug it in. Ignition on. Right. Right, it says DTC in this ECU is 1. We know that because that's our thingy there. So if I go back, go for scan, Chrysler, diagnose, automatic. Right, that was anti-lock brake. Let's get data stream. It was wheel speed. Where is it? Go back. Yeah. Rear right wheel speed. Let's compare that with other wheel speeds. Just for go left front wheel speed. There's a wheel speed there and a vehicle speed. So we got one speed is in kilometers, one in revolutions. So we got both of them on. I can go back. So we can see rear right wheel speed in kilometers per hour, left front in RPM, rear right again in RPMs, and a vehicle speed in kilometers. So I'm going to jam this in here. Right, I'm going to redo the test because on the previous run there was so much glare on the screen from the sun that I couldn't see any data there really. So hopefully now we'll see it a little bit better. It's just a sunny day. I mean, I don't complain on a sunny day. I like sunny day. It's just when you have a screens and have to have a look at them, there's so much glare. So we're going one way down the road, turn around. Luckily it's a very small residential road, not much traffic, no traffic at all apart from myself. Phone is literally strapped to the side of my leg. Right, okay, I'm gonna park up and we'll have a look. Right, we're back. I had a look onto the data and I'm happy with it. Now all the dashboard lights from there are gone out. Vehicle performs well, shifts through gears, works nice. I think we solved the problem. So thumbs up if you like the video, and if you like to put any comments or anything, please do. I always try to respond as soon as I see them, and all the best. Thank you.